Friends, imagine a life where the specter of financial worry never darkens your door, a life where abundance flows freely, not through luck or inheritance, but through wisdom, discipline, and a profound understanding of timeless principles. This isn't a fantasy, it's a reality accessible to anyone willing to embrace a specific, powerful strategy. Today, we're going to unlock the secret to financial peace, a method so simple yet so transformative that it can change your entire relationship with money, starting with just $100 a month. I am Rabbi David, and for decades I have delved into the ancient texts of our tradition, seeking not just spiritual enlightenment, but practical guidance for every facet of human existence, including our material well-being. What I've discovered, time and again, is that the path to prosperity is often paved with principles that are counterintuitive to the modern world, yet deeply rooted in eternal truths. The world tells you to chase the big score, to gamble on fleeting trends, to spend lavishly to project an image of success. But our tradition, and indeed the very fabric of creation, whispers a different message: consistency, stewardship, and the power of incremental growth. Let us begin with a foundational concept from the Torah, found in Parshat Aikev, Deuteronomy 8:18. And you shall remember the Lord your God, for it is He who gives you strength to make wealth. This verse is not merely a theological statement, it is a profound economic principle. It teaches us that wealth creation is not solely a human endeavor, but a divine partnership. Our role is to cultivate the strength, the wisdom, the discipline, and the opportunities, and God provides the blessing and the ultimate source of abundance. This understanding shifts our perspective from one of scarcity and anxiety to one of partnership and potential. Now, let's talk about the practical application of this divine partnership, specifically with that initial $100. Many people hear investing and immediately think of complex stock markets, volatile cryptocurrencies, or high-risk ventures. They feel overwhelmed, underqualified, or believe they need vast sums of money to even begin. This is a misconception, a barrier to entry that prevents countless individuals from ever starting their journey to financial freedom. The truth is, the most powerful financial tool available to you is not a secret algorithm or an exclusive investment club. It is the consistent, disciplined allocation of even a small amount of capital over time. This is the essence of what we call the power of the penny, or in our case, the power of the $100 bill. Consider the teaching from Pirkei Avot, Ethics of the Fathers, 4:1. Who is rich? He who is happy with his lot. While this speaks to inner contentment, it also subtly points to the wisdom of managing what you have, rather than constantly striving for what you lack. True wealth begins not with accumulation, but with appreciation and responsible management. So, what exactly do you do with that $100 every month? The strategy is deceptively simple. Invest it consistently into a broad market index fund. An index fund is a type of mutual fund or exchange-traded fund with a portfolio constructed to match or track the components of a financial market index, such as the S&P 500. When you invest in an S&P 500 index fund, you are essentially investing in the 500 largest publicly traded companies in the United States. This provides instant diversification, spreading your risk across many different industries and companies. You are not betting on a single horse. You are betting on the collective ingenuity and productivity of the American economy. This aligns perfectly with the Talmudic principle found in Bava Metzia 42a, which advises against putting all your eggs in one basket. One should always divide his money into 3 parts: 1/3 in land, 1/3 in merchandise, and 1/3 ready at hand. While our modern financial landscape is different, the underlying wisdom of diversification remains paramount. An index fund achieves this diversification effortlessly. Let's look at the historical performance. Over the long term, the S&P 500 has averaged returns of approximately 10 to 12% per year. Of course, past performance is not indicative of future results, and there will be ups and downs. But the key is to stay invested through these fluctuations, understanding that time is your greatest ally. This brings us to the concept of compound interest, often called the eighth wonder of the world by Albert Einstein. It is the interest on your initial investment plus the accumulated interest from previous periods. When you consistently invest $100 a month, not only is your principal growing, but the earnings from that principal are also earning returns. It's like planting a small seed that, over time, grows into a mighty tree, bearing fruit that then produces more seeds. The Midrash Tanchuma, Parshat Pekudei 3, speaks of the importance of diligent effort, even in small measures, leading to great outcomes. This is the spiritual parallel to compound interest, consistent, small actions yielding exponential results. Let's do some simple math to illustrate the power of this strategy. If you invest $100 a month, that's $1,200 a year. Over 30 years, you would have personally contributed $36,000. Now, let's assume a conservative average annual return of 8%. After 30 years, your initial $36,000 could grow to over $150,000. That's a significant sum accumulated from a seemingly small, consistent effort. But what if you start earlier? What if you can invest for 40 years? That same $100 a month with an 8% annual return could grow to over $350,000. The difference between 30 and 40 years is a testament to the exponential power of compound interest and time. This is not about getting rich quick, it's about getting rich reliably, steadily, and with peace of mind. It's about building a financial foundation that will support you and your loved ones for generations. The Talmud in Avodah Zarah 19b states, "He who adds, adds. He who subtracts, subtracts." This simple phrase encapsulates the essence of consistent investment. Every month you add, you are adding to your future prosperity. Every month you subtract or fail to add, you are subtracting from your potential. The discipline required for this strategy is not about deprivation, it's about prioritization. It's about making a conscious decision to allocate a small portion of your resources to your future self. It's about understanding that true freedom comes from financial security, not from fleeting pleasures. How do you find that $100? It might seem daunting at first, especially if your budget is already tight. But often, it's about identifying small leaks in your financial dam. Could you cut back on 1 or 2 expensive coffees a week? Could you pack your lunch a few more times a month? Could you review your subscriptions and cancel those you rarely use? These small adjustments, almost imperceptible on their own, can quickly add up to $100. The Mishnah in PA 11 teaches, "These are the things whose fruits a person eats in this world, while the principal remains for him in the world to come. Honoring father and mother, performing acts of loving kindness, and bringing peace between a person and his fellow. But the study of Torah is equal to them all." While this speaks to spiritual rewards, the underlying principle of investing in things that yield both immediate and future benefits applies here. Investing in your financial future is an act of loving kindness towards yourself and your family. It provides peace of mind in this world, allowing you to focus on higher pursuits. Furthermore, consider the concept of tithing, or ma'aser, giving 10% of your earnings to charity. While this is a spiritual obligation, it also instills a powerful discipline in managing your money. If you can consistently give away 10%, you can certainly consistently save and invest a smaller percentage for your future. The act of giving, paradoxically, often opens the channels for greater abundance. As it says in Proverbs 11:24, "There is one who scatters, yet increases more, and there is one who withholds more than is right, but it leads to poverty." This is not a guarantee of material wealth for every act of charity, but a profound insight into the spiritual economy of giving and receiving. So, the strategy is clear. Automate your investment. Set up an automatic transfer of $100 from your checking account to your investment account on the same day each month. This removes the need for willpower and makes consistency effortless. Na'aseh v'nishma. We will do and we will hear. This declaration by the Jewish people at Mount Sinai signifies action preceding understanding. Don't wait until you fully understand every nuance of the stock market. Don't wait until you have a larger sum. Start now with the doing, and the understanding and the rewards will follow. This consistent, automated approach eliminates emotional decision-making, which is often the downfall of many investors. When the market goes down, your automated investment buys more shares at a lower price, a concept known as dollar-cost averaging. When the market goes up, your existing shares are growing in value. You are always participating, always building. This is a strategy for the long haul, a marathon, not a sprint. It requires patience, faith, and an unwavering commitment to your financial well-being. It is a testament to the power of small, consistent actions guided by timeless wisdom. Remember, true wealth is not just about the numbers in your bank account. It's about the freedom, the peace of mind, and the ability to live a life aligned with your values. By embracing this simple yet profound strategy, you are not just investing money, you are investing in your future, in your peace, and in your ability to be a blessing to others. Start today. Start with $100 and watch as your financial landscape transforms. This transformation is not merely about accumulating a larger sum of money, it is about cultivating a mindset of abundance, a spirit of generosity, and a deep sense of security that transcends market fluctuations. The wisdom of our ancestors teaches us that true wealth is not measured by what we possess, but by what we are able to give and by the peace we find within ourselves. When you consistently invest, you are not just building a portfolio, you are building character, you are practicing patience, delaying gratification, and trusting in the long-term process. These are virtues that extend far beyond the realm of finance, enriching every aspect of your life. Think about the story of Joseph in Egypt as recounted in the book of Genesis. Joseph, through his wisdom and foresight, advised Pharaoh to save during the years of plenty to prepare for the years of famine. This was a strategic, long-term approach to resource management, ensuring the survival and prosperity of an entire nation. His actions were a testament to the power of prudent planning and consistent execution. In a similar vein, your monthly $100 investment is your personal Joseph strategy for your financial future. It is a proactive measure, a commitment to foresight and responsibility that will shield you from future uncertainties and allow you to thrive. Let us delve deeper into the practicalities. Many ask, what if I need that money? What if an emergency arises? This is a valid concern, and it brings us to another crucial aspect of financial wisdom, the importance of an emergency fund. Before you even begin investing for long-term growth, it is prudent to establish a safety net. The sages teach us in Avot 2:16, "It is not your duty to finish the work, but neither are you at liberty to neglect it." This applies to building your financial foundation. Your first step, even before the index fund, should be to save 3 to 6 months of living expenses in a readily accessible liquid savings account. This fund acts as your financial shalom bayit, your household peace, protecting you from unexpected disruptions and preventing you from having to dip into your long-term investments. Once your emergency fund is established, then the $100 a month for the index fund becomes a true growth engine, unburdened by immediate needs. Now, let's address the common fear of market downturns. The market will go down. It is an inevitable part of the economic cycle. However, for the long-term investor, a downturn is not a disaster, it is an opportunity. When prices fall, your consistent $100 investment buys more shares. This is akin to a sale at your favorite store. Would you stop buying groceries when they are on sale? Of course not. You would buy more. The same logic applies to investing in quality assets. The prophet Isaiah, in chapter 40, verse 31, reminds us, "But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint." This spiritual resilience has a financial parallel. Those who have faith in the long-term growth of productive assets and who remain steadfast through temporary storms will ultimately see their financial strength renewed and soar to new heights. Another common question is about timing the market. Should I wait for a dip? Should I invest everything at once? The answer, consistently reinforced by financial wisdom and our tradition, is to avoid trying to time the market. The Talmud in Kiddushin 30 states, "One who runs after money, money runs away from him." This speaks to the futility of chasing fleeting opportunities and the wisdom of consistent, disciplined action. Time in the market consistently outperforms timing the market. Your $100 a month invested regularly ensures that you are participating in the market's growth over time, regardless of short-term fluctuations. This strategy is about consistency, not speculation. It is about building wealth through patience and discipline, not through trying to outsmart the market. Let us consider the virtue of patience, a cornerstone of both spiritual and financial success. The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3, reminds us that there is a time for everything and a season for every activity under the heavens. Financial growth, particularly through compound interest, operates on its own timeline. It requires the patience of a farmer who plants a seed and understands that growth is a gradual process, not an instantaneous event. Impatience often leads to rash decisions, selling low and buying high, which are antithetical to wealth creation. Your monthly $100 commitment is an exercise in patience, a declaration of your belief in the future. Furthermore, this approach fosters a sense of financial mindfulness. When you are consciously allocating a portion of your income to your future self, you become more aware of your spending habits. You begin to differentiate between needs and wants, between fleeting desires and lasting security. This mindfulness is a spiritual practice in itself, bringing greater intentionality to your relationship with money. The Torah teaches us about the importance of being a good steward of the resources entrusted to us. In Genesis 2:15, we read that God placed Adam in the Garden of Eden to work it and to guard it. This applies not only to the physical world, but also to our financial resources. We are entrusted with the ability to generate wealth, and with that ability comes the responsibility to manage it wisely, to guard it, and to make it productive. Your consistent investment is an act of stewardship, a fulfillment of this divine mandate. It is not about hoarding, it is about cultivating and growing. What about taxes? This is an important consideration. For many, investing in a tax-advantaged retirement account, such as a Roth IRA or a traditional IRA, is the most efficient way to implement this strategy. These accounts offer significant tax benefits that further accelerate the power of compound interest. A Roth IRA, for example, allows your investments to grow tax-free, and withdrawals in retirement are also tax-free. This is a powerful tool that should not be overlooked. Consult with a qualified financial advisor to determine the best tax-advantaged account for your specific situation. The wisdom of seeking counsel is deeply embedded in our tradition. Proverbs 15:22 states, "Plans fail for lack of counsel, but with many advisors they succeed." While this video provides general principles, personalized advice is invaluable. Do not hesitate to seek guidance from those who possess expertise in financial matters. This strategy is not just for the young. While starting early provides the greatest advantage due to compound interest, it is never too late to begin. Even if you are starting later in life, the principles of consistency, diversification, and long-term thinking remain powerful. $100 a month, consistently invested, will still make a significant difference over 10, 15, or 20 years. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Your first $100 investment is that crucial first step. In conclusion, the path to financial peace and abundance is not a mystery reserved for a select few. It is a clear, accessible journey built upon timeless principles of consistency, discipline, and wisdom. By committing to invest just $100 every month into a broad market index fund, you are harnessing the power of compound interest, diversifying your risk, and aligning your actions with the spiritual mandate of stewardship. You are building a future where financial worry is replaced by security, where scarcity gives way to abundance, and where you are empowered to live a life of purpose and generosity. This is not just about money, it is about freedom, peace of mind, and the ability to be a blessing to the world. Start today. Take that first step. The journey awaits. Remember, the true measure of wealth is not just in the accumulation of assets, but in the peace of mind and the freedom it provides. This freedom allows you to pursue your passions, to support your community, and to live a life of meaning and purpose. It frees you from the constant anxiety of scarcity and opens the door to a life of abundance, not just financially, but spiritually and emotionally. The teachings of our tradition consistently emphasize the importance of living a balanced life where material pursuits are in harmony with spiritual growth. This strategy of consistent, disciplined investment is a practical tool to achieve that balance. It is a way to honor the strength that God gives us to make wealth and to use that strength responsibly and wisely. So, as you embark on this journey, remember that every $100 you invest is not just a financial transaction, it is an act of faith, a commitment to your future, and a step towards a life of greater peace and prosperity. It is a testament to the power of small, consistent actions guided by timeless wisdom. Embrace this path, and you will find that financial worry will indeed become a distant memory. Shalom.